Do you sometimes feel that your legs no longer carry you with the same strength as before? That simple walks feel heavier? Or that stairs suddenly seem steeper than they used to? And have you ever wondered if the very fruits you believe to be nourishing could in fact be quietly stealing away your energy, weakening your muscles and making your legs less reliable each day? Because today, I am going to reveal something most seniors are never told. That while fruits are often praised as nature's best medicine, there are certain ones that can act as hidden saboteurs, especially for people over 60, and these fruits, though they look harmless and sweet, can create chemical imbalances, drug interactions, and sugar surges that drain your leg strength, stiffen your joints, and make you feel weaker without you realizing the connection. So listen closely, because what I am about to share is not a rumor, but backed by nutritional science, clinical observations, and countless real-life examples of seniors who discovered that once they adjusted their fruit choices, their energy returned, their balance improved, and their muscles stopped giving out so easily. And we will go fruit by fruit, with clear details about what they contain, why they can harm your legs, how much is risky, and when to avoid them, so that by the end, you will not only know the hidden enemies, but also have the knowledge to protect yourself with simple and smart choices. So let us begin with the first culprit, the banana, often seen as the perfect snack and promoted as a source of instant energy. Yet for seniors, especially those with weaker kidneys or on medications for blood pressure or heart disease, this soft yellow fruit can be a silent danger because one medium banana contains about 450 milligrams of potassium. And while potassium is essential for nerve and muscle contraction, too much in the bloodstream, a condition called hyperkalemia, can paralyze the very muscles you depend on to stand and walk, leading to weakness, cramps, and sometimes dangerous heart rhythm problems. And since kidney function declines naturally with age, even without disease, seniors are less able to flush out excess potassium. So a single banana might not hurt, but eating one or two daily or blending them into smoothies while on ACE inhibitors or diuretics can accumulate risk. And the warning signs can be subtle at first, such as heavy legs, slower walking, or sudden fatigue. But when checked with a blood test, the potassium is often high. So for safety, seniors with kidney concerns should limit bananas to half occasionally and never daily, and should avoid combining them with other high potassium foods like spinach, coconut water, or sweet potatoes in the same meal, because that overload can drain leg power instead of fueling it. Now let us turn to the second fruit, grapefruit, a fruit with a bright, refreshing taste but a dark secret hidden in its chemistry. Because grapefruit contains compounds known as furanocoumarins that block the CYP3A4 enzyme in your gut and liver, an enzyme that helps process more than half of all prescription drugs, including statins for cholesterol, blood pressure medicines like calcium channel blockers, and even some medications for arrhythmia. And when this enzyme is blocked, the level of those drugs rises dangerously high in your blood, which in the case of statins can directly inflame and damage muscle tissue, causing pain, cramping, and weakness in the legs, sometimes so severe that even standing becomes difficult. And what makes grapefruit especially treacherous is that the effect can last more than 24 hours, meaning even a single glass of grapefruit juice in the morning can interfere with your evening medication. And seniors often drink grapefruit juice regularly thinking it is a healthy start to the day, not realizing that it may be sabotaging their mobility by amplifying drug toxicity. So if you are on any medication that lists grapefruit as a warning, avoid it completely, because no vitamin C benefit is worth the risk of damaged muscles and weakened legs. And if you crave citrus, you can replace grapefruit with oranges or mandarins, which do not carry the same enzyme-blocking compounds. And now we arrive at the third fruit, dried fruits such as dates, figs, and raisins, which are marketed as natural energy boosters, but in reality deliver a concentrated punch of sugar, calories, and sometimes potassium far beyond what your body can handle in a single serving. Because a small handful of dates, just 3 or 4 pieces, can contain over 20 grams of sugar and as much potassium as an entire banana, and this overload spikes blood sugar levels rapidly, leading to inflammation, weight gain, and insulin resistance, all of which are major enemies of strong legs, since they reduce circulation, increase nerve damage risk, and add mechanical stress to your joints. And while a young person's body can often absorb these surges, In seniors, the pancreas, blood vessels, and muscles do not respond as quickly, meaning every spike chips away at your strength and balance. And to make matters worse, many dried fruits sold in stores are coated with added sugar or preserved with sulfites, which can cause bloating, water retention, and inflammation, further weighing down your legs. So instead of eating dried fruits daily, seniors should treat them as rare treats, limited to a tiny portion paired with protein, because otherwise they silently drain energy and weaken muscle performance over time. And this brings us to the fourth surprising fruit, mangoes. Those juicy golden slices that seem like pure sunshine in summer. Yet they are one of the highest sugar-containing fruits, with a single medium mango packing over 45 grams of sugar. And while natural sugar is different from refined sugar, it still floods the bloodstream, forces the pancreas to release large bursts of insulin, and in seniors can trigger reactive hypoglycemia where blood sugar crashes soon after, leaving the legs shaky, heavy, and unstable. And frequent high sugar loads like this also worsen insulin resistance, increasing the risk of type 2 diabetes, a condition notorious for robbing seniors of leg strength through neuropathy and circulation damage. And beyond sugar, mangoes are often eaten in large portions, a whole fruit at a time because of their irresistible taste, making portion control difficult, and for seniors trying to maintain steady energy, this roller coaster of sugar high followed by fatigue is devastating for mobility. So if you love mangoes, the safe way is to limit yourself to a few small slices, eaten after a balanced meal rather than on an empty stomach, never blending an entire mango into a smoothie, because that is like pouring pure sugar into your bloodstream. And so mangoes must be treated with caution to protect your legs from weakness. And now we come to the fifth fruit that silently undermines strength, watermelon. A fruit associated with hydration and freshness, but which can be deceptive for older adults. Because while watermelon is about 90% water, it also contains high amounts of natural sugar and is often eaten in very large quantities, sometimes several cups at once, leading to a quick flood of sugar into the bloodstream. But the bigger problem lies in its diuretic effect, combined with its high potassium content, since watermelon makes you urinate more, pulling out sodium and fluids, which in seniors who already take blood pressure medicines or diuretics can cause dehydration, low sodium, and muscle cramps in the legs. And this explains why many seniors complain of leg cramps at night after eating lots of watermelon on hot days, thinking they were helping themselves hydrate when in fact they were triggering an imbalance of electrolytes. And the result is weaker, less reliable legs, dizziness when standing, and restless nights. So the key is to treat watermelon as a controlled snack, no more than 1 cup at a time, paired with some salty nuts or a protein source to balance the fluid shifts, and never eating a large bowl in one sitting, because the combination of sudden hydration and electrolyte flushing can drain your leg power in surprising ways. Let us continue with the sixth fruit, which is the seemingly harmless orange, often called the symbol of vitamin C and immunity. But for seniors, especially those with sensitive stomachs or reflux disease, the high acidity of oranges can cause repeated acid reflux, leading to poor nutrient absorption and gradual muscle weakness from vitamin and mineral loss. And when oranges are consumed daily in juice form, the danger becomes greater because a single glass of orange juice can contain the sugar of 4 or 5 oranges, which translates to over 20 grams of sugar hitting the bloodstream within minutes, causing a rapid insulin surge followed by a crash that makes the legs feel shaky, tired, and unstable. And because seniors often take blood pressure medications such as beta blockers or calcium channel blockers, the combination of high sugar spikes with these drugs can cause dizziness or even fainting, making the risk of falls much higher. And let us not forget that oranges are high in potassium as well, with a large orange providing about 330 milligrams. So when combined with bananas, dried fruits, or watermelon in the same day, the potassium load becomes excessive, further risking muscle weakness. So while one small orange eaten whole is generally fine, seniors must avoid multiple servings daily and should never replace water with orange juice, because that habit not only weakens the legs through sugar overload, but also silently increases weight gain and inflammation. And with that lesson, we move to the seventh fruit, a fruit loved across cultures and celebrated as heart-healthy, but one that can quietly harm senior muscles when eaten in excess, And that fruit is the avocado. Because while avocados are indeed rich in healthy fats and fiber, they are also extremely high in potassium, with a single medium avocado providing nearly 950 milligrams of potassium, more than double the amount in a banana, and this can push seniors with reduced kidney function into dangerous hyperkalemia, which causes muscle fatigue, cramps, and severe weakness in the legs and beyond potassium. The high-fat content of avocados can also slow digestion and cause gastrointestinal discomfort in seniors whose metabolism has slowed, leaving them feeling bloated, heavy, and less willing to move around, which indirectly reduces muscle activity and accelerates weakness. And while a slice or two of avocado occasionally can be beneficial, seniors who eat half or a whole avocado daily in salads or spreads are unknowingly risking potassium overload and unnecessary strain on kidney and muscle function. And now, with all 7 fruits revealed, bananas with their potassium overload, grapefruit with its dangerous drug interactions, dried fruits with their concentrated sugar and minerals, mangoes with their sugar tsunami, watermelon with its deceptive hydration and electrolyte shifts, oranges with their acidity and sugar spikes, and avocados with their extreme potassium density. The full picture emerges that even natural foods can become harmful when the aging body processes nutrients differently, when medications interact in hidden ways, and when portion sizes quietly increase beyond what the body can safely handle. And this knowledge is not meant to scare you away from fruit, but to help you make smart choices so that your legs, your muscles, and your independence are preserved. Because legs are not just about movement. They are your freedom, your balance, and your dignity. And when legs weaken, everything becomes harder, from simple chores to joyful walks with loved ones. So now let us collect the wisdom from these 7 fruits and see how you can apply it daily without giving up the sweetness of life. First, remember the golden rule of portion control, that 1 small serving of fruit per sitting is safer than piling multiple fruits at once. So instead of blending bananas, mangoes, and oranges into a giant smoothie, pick 1 fruit, pair it with protein like yogurt or eggs, and eat it after a meal to slow sugar absorption. Second, remember the timing rule, that fruits high in sugar or potassium should not be eaten late at night or on an empty stomach because the rapid changes in blood sugar and electrolytes at those times are more likely to cause leg cramps, weakness, or restless sleep. So instead, keep fruit to morning or midday and keep portions small. Third, remember the medication rule that grapefruit must be completely avoided if you are on statins, blood pressure medicines, or other drugs listed by your doctor, and always cross-check fruit choices with your pharmacist or physician. Fourth, remember the hydration rule that watermelon and oranges are not substitutes for water, and drinking plenty of plain water with a balanced diet will keep your muscles functioning better than relying on watery fruits alone. And fifth, remember the replacement rule that instead of eating high-risk fruits daily, you can switch to safer options such as berries, which are low in sugar, high in antioxidants, and safe for most seniors. Apples in moderate amounts, which provide fiber without extreme sugar or potassium. Pears, papaya, or clementines in limited quantities. And by rotating these lower-risk fruits, you still get flavor variety without the dangers. And beyond fruit choices, protecting your legs requires a whole lifestyle approach. So let us touch on a few essentials that combine with dietary wisdom to keep your muscles alive and strong. First is protein, because many seniors do not eat enough protein. Yet muscles cannot stay strong without it. So aim for at least 1 to 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight daily, which can come from eggs, fish, chicken, beans, or Greek yogurt. Second is resistance activity, because muscles respond to use. So doing simple chair squats, heel raises, or lightweight exercises 3 to 4 times a week helps counter the natural decline of aging muscles. Third is vitamin D and calcium, because without them, muscles and bones cannot coordinate well, so ensure you get safe sunlight exposure or supplements under medical guidance. Fourth is hydration, because dehydration makes cramps and weakness far worse. So drink small amounts of water regularly through the day instead of waiting until you feel thirsty. And fifth is sleep, because the repair of muscle tissue and the balance of hormones happen at night. And without proper rest, diet alone cannot protect your legs. So combining smart fruit choices with these daily habits creates a powerful shield against weakness. And now let us gather the collective warning once more so it stays in your memory. That bananas, avocados, and oranges can overload you with potassium or acidity. That grapefruit can dangerously interfere with medications. That dried fruits and mangoes can flood you with sugar. And that watermelon can unbalance hydration and electrolytes. And while each alone may not seem catastrophic, together, they create a silent storm inside the body of seniors, slowly wearing down strength until weakness appears as if it is just aging. But in reality, it is avoidable. And here lies the key, that you are not helpless. You are not doomed to weak legs simply because of age. You have the power to choose wisely, to eat mindfully, to protect your strength by limiting or avoiding these risky fruits and replacing them with safer, balanced alternatives. And I want you to picture this. Imagine yourself 5 or 10 years from now still walking with a steady step, still climbing stairs without fear, still bending down to pick something up without losing balance, still standing tall with the dignity of independence. That future is possible when you take control today, and every small adjustment counts. Whether it is cutting a banana in half, skipping grapefruit juice, eating only a handful of dried fruit once a week, limiting mango to a few slices, treating watermelon as a small snack instead of a giant bowl, eating an orange only occasionally, or slicing a quarter avocado instead of half. Each of these changes reduces the hidden drain on your muscles and builds a safer path forward. And as you continue this journey, keep in mind that knowledge is the first tool, awareness is the second, and action is the third. And now you have all three. So protect your legs, protect your freedom, and protect your life by remembering these 7 fruits and the lessons they carry. Because while fruits may be sweet, your strength and independence are far sweeter, and that is what you deserve every single day. This video is created for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always consult your doctor or qualified healthcare provider before making any changes to your diet, medications, or lifestyle. Never disregard medical advice or delay seeking it because of something you have seen or heard here. If you found this eye-opening and valuable, make sure to hit the like button if you care about keeping your legs strong. Subscribe so you never miss the next life-changing health secret, and share this video with friends or family who deserve to walk confidently into their golden years. Remember, your strength is your freedom. Protect it today, enjoy it tomorrow.